So recently I watched a video by the amazing atheist calling out Gavin McInnes on a video I'll show you shortly where basically this guy who looks like the king of all hipsters declares that, video games are for kids and no one should be arguing about them. But let me just show you the video real quick and I'll talk more about him.
Normal adults, you probably don't know that Gamergate is the idea that feminism and political correctness should work its way into video games.
Alright, so already Gavin's off to a bad start here. Gamergate is not the idea that political correctness should work its way into video games. Gamergate is a hashtag movement started by people who believe there's some kind of corruption in games journalism. That's one side of it. The other side of it is people saying Gamergate is this group of angry gamers who just want to hate on women and keep them out of video games. You can form your own opinions on that. But Gavin McInnes, I didn't know who he was till I started looking him up. Apparently he's just a consummate jerk, at least according to his Wikipedia page, and I'll post that in the description so people can look him up. But this video comes from where he is now. He's a contributor to a Canadian conservative portal called the Rebel Media. That's where I found this video through the amazing atheist. But he was the co-founder of Vice as well. So if anybody knows what Vice is, he kind of helped set that up. He left that in 2007. But that's aside. Let's get back to the video and see what else he has to say about something he clearly already doesn't know anything about.
The gamers, that's a movement. Guys who play video games have a name for themselves.
Yes, that's right. Fans of video games have names for themselves, just like fans of almost anything have names for themselves. That's how fandoms work. But it's not a movement. It's a fandom. There's a distinction there. A movement has some kind of goal. A fandom is just a group of people enjoying something.
There's a layer of patheticness here, though, that no one is talking about. Namely, I don't care if video games are sexist or not sexist or politically correct.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Video games are for little kids.
This is where you move from the realm of opinion to being factually incorrect. Most people who buy and play video games today are adults. The most popular games on the market are marketed to adults. Most of those games have M ratings, which in some places you cannot buy unless you are an adult.
Why are adults playing video games?
For fun. I mean, do I really have to spell it out to you? Why does anybody do anything that's considered a recreational or luxury activity? They do it for fun.
My brother-in-law got my kids a Batman game for Christmas. They can't play it. It's for adults only.
Again, you are factually incorrect, and I can't tell if you're just being stupid or dishonest at this point. You could have taken 5 seconds to look this up and find out for yourself what game you're showing there in the corner. That is Batman Arkham Knight, a game that received an M rating for mature by the ESRB here in the US. M is not adults only. Adults only is actually its own specific rating, and to my knowledge, the only game to ever receive an adults only rating that was widely marketed and shelved was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and that was after someone hacked the game and found a mod where you could have sex in it. It wasn't even part of the main game you could play. The reason that these kids can't play the game is probably because the game's too difficult. Batman Arkham Knight is a very dense game that deals with some pretty adult themes. For one, being Batman going completely insane and actually killing people. I mean, did you just not do any research whatsoever before you decided to spew this mountain of shit coming from your mouth?
Batman? When I was a little kid, we watched Batman on TV because we wanted to be tough and fight bad guys. Now you're 32 and you're sitting there, I'm Batman, I'm Superman, I can fly. Look at my Wolverine shirt. He has claws. You read comic books? That is for people who are special, okay? In the old days, you lived in the basement because you were mentally handicapped. When we saw 12-year-olds playing Star Wars with 9-year-olds, we went, poor bastard, oh well, I guess he'll be living with his mommy forever.
And this is where McInnes shows just how much of a jerk he is. He sounds like every bully I had in, middle and high school when I'd bring my Game Boy in and play Pokemon. Video games are for dorks and nerds and people who are going to live in their grandma's basement until they're 30 and will never have a life and will never make anything of themselves. Using myself as an example here, I went to college for several years to get a degree in game design. This is now something they teach in college, and something that has grown into a multi-million dollar, or multi-billion dollar actually, profession and industry. People who work in video games are making more money than people who work in Hollywood. If you really want to look up a great example of that, look at Notch, the creator of Minecraft. He bought the most expensive house in Beverly Hills and took it right under the nose of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now, I'm sure most people would say, hey, Jay-Z and Beyonce are more adult entertainment, but those are the kinds of people like McInnes who have never played a video game probably in their entire lives.
Now that's cool!
Yes. Different people find different things cool. What a fucking surprise.
Hey adult males, hey dads, you're supposed to know stuff. You're supposed to know how things work. You're supposed to know how to fix a fridge. You're supposed to be able to get a piece. You're supposed to be building a table or something.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't know if you know this, and you probably don't. Yeah, many women play games and are engaged in nerd culture too. But setting that aside, you say that males are supposed to know stuff, how to fix a fridge and how to build a table. I don't know how to fix a fridge, but I guarantee you I can build you a table. I can fix most minor issues on cars. I can do most stuff considered quote-unquote manly and masculine, things that men are quote-unquote supposed to do. I can do all of those things, and I still play video games. I play a lot of video games. That doesn't make me any less of whatever you think a man is. They're not mutually exclusive, and I'm not sure why you think they are.
Yes, we watch TV sometimes. Yes, we indulge ourselves in movies. Sometimes we even read fiction. I don't read fiction, but I get that sometimes you do that.
Good for you.
That happens occasionally, and when you're wasting time watching a show, that's a vice. It should be discouraged. It's not something to be proud of. You don't go, I'm a watch TVer. Get out of here. There's a bomb threat at my watch TV conference.
Why are these things a vice to you? Why is enjoying something considered a vice? I can understand shooting heroin is a vice, or smoking meth is a vice, or drinking heavily on a regular basis is a vice. But watching TV occasionally is somehow a vice. That's somehow wasting time. I'm sorry, but some people need a break from everyday life. I don't know if you think you're some kind of magical production machine that never stops working, but a lot of people do need to take a break. And some people even make their livings off of playing and reviewing video games, watching and critiquing TV and film, reading and giving commentary on books. These are things that people have turned into professions now that make them just as much, if not more money than you make.
What the fuck? Put down the console, you grown man baby.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
It's embarrassing.
You know what's embarrassing? Being 45 and dressing the way you do. Being that old and trying to look like the most hipster person on the entire planet. I'm 27 and I have better fashion sense than you. As a quick outro, I'd like to say that I know I promised 2 videos a week when I made this channel, and I haven't made any videos in a very long time. Things have gotten very busy for me recently. I'm working on a lot of other things besides just YouTube stuff. But I will be getting back into some regular production I can't promise that I'm going to keep up with what I promised earlier, but you're going to see more frequent videos from me. For those of you who stuck around, thank you. For those of you who are new to the channel, if you like what I do here, please give this video a like. Please share it on whatever social media platform you happen to be on. And please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff. Thanks. Have a nice day. I am Nate.